Okay.
Well, it's good
Is
to have
my volume
Tango
okay for
back.
you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, great.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds really good. It's good to see you.
Hi.
Now I noticed you
Hello.
liked it as TK. Do you prefer that to Tango, or should we just stick with Tango?
Um,
Tango's the military slang for tea.
Uh-huh.
Tango kilo.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm good with whatever.
Okay.
She answers to either one.
Okay.
All right.
I answer to a lot more than that, but
But it's good to have you back. It's been,
thank you. It's good
Hey,
to
somebody
see you
yelled,
guys.
"Hey,
It's been
bitch!"
forever.
The other day, somebody yelled, "Hey, bitch!" at the supermarket, and I actually turned around.
it wasn't me.
I probably would have.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go.
Um,
Hmm.
I think the last time you were here, we did a MASH. We did a
Yeah.
rerun forensics.
Oh, it's
Yep.
been a long time.
That had been a long time coming.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
That was
Yeah.
that was a good episode.
Yeah, it was.
But
What else did we do? A TV shows? Didn't we do? Didn't we do a Third Rock or something?
we did
The
news
news
radio.
radio?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think you were on the panel where we did
I
uh,
had.
Jurassic Park. I think LD was on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I
we
don't
had
remember that one.
several shows. Then there were a couple times
Oh
we,
yeah, that's right.
yeah,
That's
Hmm.
right. That's when I met Lynn.
yeah, a
Yeah.
couple times we just kind of shot the breeze, just
Yeah.
talking, as we do. But all right, Lise, want to go ahead and
Mhm. Hello, yeah, listeners. Welcome back once again to, oh, hold on. Okay. Welcome once again, listeners, to Yeah, This week we're talking to the lovely and talented Tango Kilo, TK. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
As usual, we have our host of characters, Lisa, Phil, and Aaron. So,
Many greetings.
and we are talking about this is a what are we titling this? It's a
this is
music episode.
basically it's an Aaron's audio edit.
No, it's
Okay.
it's
It's
not.
gonna, it's gonna, well, it's
Phil
not.
Phil knows Phil had this album as a kid. It's not an Aaron's audio.
Did you?
Technically,
We
it's
called this
not.
one a
Hmm.
you called it an audio forensics or something like that.
Okay. Audio.
Album forensics. Album
Yeah, album
forensics.
forensics.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We
Yeah.
we have changed up the rules a bit because it is a greatest hits, Billy Joel's greatest hits, volumes 1 and 2. We have, instead of featuring all, what was it, 25 songs? We have decided to each pick our 6 favorites and see how
I
they
I only
overlap.
did the original track list 21.
Yep. Oh, 21.
Right.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So it was released in
No
1985.
Captain Jack and no a few other ones.
No, it's got Captain Jack.
That's on the
I
reissue.
listened to it.
That's on the
Oh,
reissue, the CD
well, the
reissue.
only one I had was the reissue. So, sorry.
It's all
Interesting.
right.
It's not on my final list because,
It wouldn't have been on
Oh,
Phil's cassette.
mm,
Right, right. It would
mm,
have not had enough room, not enough capacity on that cassette for
I don't
the
know.
tape would have butted up against the wall of the cassette and it would just grind it to a halt if it had that many songs on it. But
That is not how cassette tapes work for the younger generation, but that's funny.
yeah.
Mm, mm,
Um, so that's going to alter my list somewhat because
mm.
I did have
Just keep your
Captain Jack.
list. It's fine.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
just won't have the extra 4 or 5 songs.
yeah.
Okay.
So Tango, what got you into this album? You brought this album to the show.
I love music and I collected CDs, many CDs over the years, and this is just something I wanted in my collection because I feel like my taste in music is eclectic. So, yeah, and Billy Joel's great.
Yeah, it's just
I love many of the songs on this specific CD.
right.
Yeah. I feel like, and I don't know how you guys feel about this, and I was talking about this before you got here, Tango, but I feel like Billy Joel is almost the definition, modern or otherwise, of what you would consider a bard, because he is a storyteller set to music. And that's basically what a bard was, a wandering minstrel who told stories with musical accompaniment.
Yeah, definitely a storyteller.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, only his village was like the Bronx and
So Bronx is
Greenwich.
considered a
So,
village.
yeah. Oh yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. He's like a latter
Brook,
day.
the
A
Brooklyn
borough.
isn't Brooklyn officially a village, like the village of Brooklyn?
Borough. It's
Or
the
Brooklyn?
borough of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So he was born in the Bronx,
Hmm.
so he's like New York through and through. I mean,
Right.
that really comes through is all his body of work. Just like when you think of New York, almost it sounds like the
Yeah.
soundtrack of New York almost.
He was born to Jewish immigrant parents. Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, his father was a he was I'm not sure what his vocation was, but he lived in Nazi Germany
Mhm.
before the war. He was able to get out of
Before
Germany
the
before
war.
the war.
Hmm.
And
Saw the writing on the wall.
went to Amsterdam. I think his name was
Hmm.
Harry,
Hmm.
and Billy's mother was her name was Rosalind. Eventually, they ended up in the
The Bronx.
Bronx, where Billy was born. Um, and he was a Jewish immigrant, and eventually, after the war, his father went back to Europe. Rosalind and Harry
Stayed in America.
divorced, but Harry went back to Germany after the war, and Billy
Hmm.
didn't see him for like 20 years. They were like, you know,
Do you think there were letters?
probably. I didn't get the sense. I don't know. I didn't get the
You
sense
didn't
there
get
was
the sense he felt abandoned.
like acrimony or like they
Mm.
just had a fallout or
Yeah.
something like that. I think that his father probably considered himself a European and went back home, I guess.
Hmm.
But we were rewarded with one of the better singer-songwriters,
Hmm.
the 20th century here.
Yeah.
Um,
As an American.
right. Are you,
Mhm.
Tango, are you familiar with any of his like? I'm unsure of where because these greatest hits albums, they're a compilation, of course. I'm not sure of the origins of some of the song. How I remember in junior high music class, they presented Piano Man in one of our classes, where they broke it down and talked about it. And that was this album was released in '85, and that was probably a good 3 or 4 years before this album was released. So I wonder,
Piano Man was in 73.
'73. Okay, so that was like was that off his first album?
It's off the album Piano Man. We
Mm.
Okay,
we had we had Piano Man, The Stranger, and 52nd Street, and then later Glass Houses growing up.
yeah.
Mhm.
I remember Glass Houses. Um,
Yeah, my sister Teresa bought that one, I think.
it's literally hit. He's like standing out in front of the house with a brick. He's getting ready to
Yeah,
throw.
it's a brick or a rock he's getting ready to throw through the window. Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw it through the glass wall.
yeah. That's pretty rock and roll, isn't it? I'm sure that wasn't his own
Mhm.
house. You wouldn't do that to your
Still
own,
rock and roll to me.
Yeah.
right? That's
Mhm.
right.
That's the album with that on it too.
Yep, it
Yeah,
is on there.
yeah. That was a big out,
Hmm.
but the greatest hits album. This happens to be one of the most top six most credentialed album. I guess that means they got that he received gold and platinum um, awards for this album. It's one of the top six albums of all time. Just any album.
This greatest hits or
Greatest hits one and two,
okay,
not Glass Houses, but
okay, because
Yeah,
there is a
not.
greatest hits volume 3 too,
yeah,
Hmm.
it came later.
which
Yeah, we
I
don't
did
talk about
not.
that.
No, we're not talking about that.
That's like The Godfather 3. We don't mention.
Exactly.
But
Even I know that.
right. um,
Hmm.
but yeah, one of the greatest, obviously one of the better greatest hits albums, if not the greatest hits album of all time. I'm trying to think of some of the other.
Ones that come to mind for me are the Eagles and Steve Miller Band.
Yeah, the Eagles was huge.
Hmm.
Um, but he was just a hit making machine. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
that illustrates. Tom
Yeah, I
Petty and the
mean, how
Tom
many
Petty's
Heartbreakers.
hits?
greatest hits too. And
Oh, yeah.
he added was it Mary Jane's Last Dance to that?
Hmm.
Yeah. And did Billy write is there a song that he wrote for this album that wasn't on any?
Other album?
No,
No, I
not
don't
on
think
the original.
there shouldn't be.
Okay. Right.
I would feel,
Oh no, there are.
I don't know.
Your Only Human, Second Wind, and The Night Is Still Young were previously unreleased.
Huh.
Okay.
I don't. I find that
The last two
annoying.
songs on the original double LP.
Okay. That makes sense. So he
Some
did.
it says some original pressings omit Don't Ask Me Why and place Honesty after Big Shot, pushing You May Be Right to the beginning of side 3. So I guess they put Honesty on some of them, so I didn't have Honesty on mine either.
No, no, I didn't see that.
Tango, I wonder, have you ever seen him live?
No,
No?
I have not.
I'm not
I
hearing it. Okay.
I have not.
I heard her fine. Yeah.
I think
Okay,
it's our
good.
equipment. We got a
Yeah.
problem on our end here. Um, but
No, I have not seen him live. Have you guys?
no.
Not I, no.
No, I think my understanding is he might be coming through here, but it's a stadium show, and I think we're talking, the cheap seats are 300. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
He toured through here with Elton John, I think, the last time.
Right.
It was,
This time it's going to be Rod Stewart.
didn't they have
And
a
then
Full-grown
residency in
stadium. That's
Vegas
right.
for a
I was
while?
just gonna say that. Yeah.
He did a Vegas residency for a little while, yeah.
I mean Billy Joel and Elton John together.
Oh, I don't know about Elton John.
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah, they like put the pianos back to back,
Oh, dueling
front to front.
piano.
Yeah,
Oh, that'd be cool.
It's like the love seat from
yeah,
SNL.
exactly. Love
Believe
seat
I didn't
toilet.
try to see that. Anyway.
We actually have a
It
dueling
was
piano
a pretty
bar
long
here
time ago, I think.
in
It's had to
Newport.
have been 10, 15 years ago at least.
God, has it been time flies.
Right.
Really?
Yeah, Elton's retired since then. And I get the sense maybe Billy might be on his last, you know, if
Last
not the
push.
Yeah.
last, getting there.
Well, he ended his Madison Square Garden residency, didn't he?
Uh,
I told you he
He
had a Madison Square Gardens residency.
yeah,
Yeah,
he played there once a
that's
month for
right.
like years.
right.
Hmm.
And I got in my notes here that he's actually performed at Madison Square Garden more than any other artist.
Yeah, Fish is going to catch him in a couple years though.
Well, they do 7 nights at a time.
They're
Gotta
they're
throw
number
that in
two.
there.
Well, there is a little bit of pseudo beef between Fish and Billy Joel.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Fish always plays Madison Square Garden on New Year's Eve, and Billy Joel had wanted to play Madison Square Garden one New Year's Eve and found out that Fish had already had it, booked and sold out, and he was furious, and who's this cover band that's playing the Garden when I'm.
Right. Right.
Get off,
Yeah,
get off my stage.
yeah. Trey played with Billy Joel this past fall, I think.
Oh, bygones. That's nice.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it wasn't a
well,
real
Oh,
beef, but
yeah, yeah.
well, Billy Joel was
Sounds
kind of
like one of
pissed
those
that they didn't give.
hamburgers.
Yeah. A year or two later, they ended up playing in Miami instead, and Billy Joel played Madison Square Garden New Year's Eve.
Maybe they should just share it.
Well, he's done there now. He ended his residency.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, but you could still play New Year's Eve. You
Yeah,
don't have to have a
that's
residency. I'm pretty sure Billy Joel can just call it
you'd
Madison Square
infuriate
Gardens is
100,000 Fish
is
fans if you
Friday
if you moved
available.
the MSG.
Well,
You know what
yeah.
we should do on these, Aaron?
What's
Um,
that?
for every, I bet we can find where Fish or the Grateful Dead covered almost every artist that we've done here on this show. We ought to play a cut by Fish or something
I
where,
don't think they played. I don't think they've covered Billy Joel.
no? I'm surprised. I'm really,
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
What about Ween?
They've covered Ween.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Push Little Daisies.
No, um, Roses Are Free.
Oh, okay. Um, so
So
Tango,
back to Billy Joel. He had his residency at Madison Square Garden, and back to your facts.
back to your facts. Back to
Back,
you,
back,
Chuck.
back off
Thank
the
you.
tangent.
Thank you, Aaron, for the obligatory fish reference of the podcast.
right. I am
You
shocked
got
that
it.
they've never covered it. You thought they'd
More
cover
Billy
something.
or something of Billy Joel's.
Yeah.
Is it like a permission thing? Do they get permission or do they just,
It's
I think they have to royalties when they cover somebody's song.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, Tango, we kind of just dove in here, but I'd like to know, what you've been up to lately. It has been a while.
Yes, it has been. I don't know how, people do it out there with spouses and kids. I feel like I keep pretty busy just solo, and I don't know. I can't even tell you what I get done. I mean, I'm at work half my life.
Yeah, yeah, that's
So,
I see you, I see you like you seem to like to have a good time. You got a circle of friends that you keep time with, and it seems like you're
hmm
having fun. It's a lot,
yeah. I'm a foodie. I
really
like to
good.
go and eat, and I like to drink. I like to have some wine.
Yeah,
I like to play.
right.
Mhm.
That's
Work
important.
hard, play hard.
Right, right.
No, hun, we should take the camera and show the art that we hung up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, let me
Mhm.
see how disruptive this is
I
going to
see the
be.
Johnny Cash.
This is our our brother's artwork,
My brother,
Danny's
Danny, my younger brother.
that we framed,
Hmm.
and he's got his
Is
dragon
that
there.
the Grateful Dead dragon?
Yes.
Yes,
Hmm.
Yeah,
that
I've got one of
dragon
those.
was on a lanyard for the backstage pass to see the Dead. Was it here in Cincinnati or
No, I
somewhere?
It
think.
was Miami New Year's Eve,
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
actually.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
think it
kind of
was
a
Miami.
prestigious ticket, really.
Yeah.
And then
I'm
that
so
unicorn, that is actually, those are life-size mushrooms, and the unicorn has been interpreted in miniature.
yeah.
I'm sorry. What was the creature on the first one?
It's a dragon.
A
Oh,
dragon.
just a
Oh,
simple. Okay, I thought it
hun,
was mixed.
Yeah.
no.
That dragon, I guess
He did that
he was
by hand with India ink and one of those quill pens.
It's
So he would dip
beautiful,
the pen and just, do all those little lines.
Yep.
beautiful
Yep.
Yeah.
detail.
I don't
It
know
is.
if he was at a show selling his art or what, but somehow the band asked permission to use that dragon on one of their lanyards, and yeah, Danny's dead famous now.
Since we're
Right.
talking
There you
about
go.
dragons, I got, Toothless right here.
There.
Yeah.
Have you
Nice.
trained him?
Well, he can kind of fly. See, like he'll go like this.
That's the how to train your dragon, Phil.
Yeah, and then it
Okay.
just like,
Nice.
hey, I'm just gonna put that away now.
I
Yeah.
saw
I,
something.
You
I had to explain to Phil because
have
I
the
knew
new
he wouldn't have
coming
seen that
out?
movie.
Oh,
No.
they're
Looked
coming
like
out with a live
something.
action.
Oh wow.
Looks like
Yeah.
So they
something you
got live
saw.
dragons?
Wow.
I'm
Komodo
guessing
dragons, maybe.
Yeah.
CGI, maybe?
Yeah.
Komodo dragon.
Komodo dragons.
Yeah, I remember going to the zoo and they advertised, "Oh, we got dragons." And it's like, "Holy shit!" I was like 7 years old. I was like, "Oh
So
man, I
excited.
got to see the dragon." I saw it. It's like this
It was a
little
damn
lizard
It's
lizard.
about this long.
a big
I was
lizard.
like,
Yeah.
"What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
Komodo dragon. But I saw something
Well,
like
this
your
is supposed to be a
dragon.
Komodo dragon, and they are deadly.
Yeah,
But.
I'm just dying to tell this joke.
Mhm.
I saw
Mhm.
Okay.
something. I saw something like your dragon hanging upside down on my wall one time, and
Mhm.
Lisa had to extract it for me.
Yeah, I had to
You had a
rescue it.
bat?
A bat.
Ah, nice.
I'm sitting there
Yeah.
at my computer and I look to my left and hanging on the walls is this bat. And I'm staring at it. And finally it just takes off and flies right past my nose and goes up over the doorway to the
Mhm.
bathroom. And I was like,
Scare the shit out of you?
scared the living shit out of me. Yeah.
So I did grab my walker and a colander from the kitchen, and I put the colander over the bat. Then we got the bat down the wall a little. Philip put a piece of cardboard behind it, and he did take it outside. But I did the capture.
Are you going to tell the whole
Nice.
story?
Okay, what's the rest?
We took it outside and you went
Oh,
outside with it.
went outside with it. He handed it to me,
And she tried to let
and
it
I tried
go.
to let it go, but it didn't want to go. It was stuck in the colander.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So I'm still standing there, and Philip shuts and locks the door.
Because it popped out and it started
So there's
flying back
no
towards
fight.
it started flying back towards the house. I was like, I'm not
Uh-huh.
letting this bat back in the
Right.
house.
Okay.
But she was stuck outside with it.
Yeah, I was stuck outside on the porch with
Like
the
Fred
bat.
Flintstone
Who
in
knows
the
where?
at the end of the cartoon.
In
Right.
the complete dark. Yes.
But she thought it was a reveal about how I was going to act in an emergency. That
Yeah.
I wasn't going to save her. I was going to save my
She's
ass.
she's banging on the back door yelling Wilma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, honey,
Anyway, I'm sure that your dragon's not going to attack you that way, Tango. So
No.
That's toothless.
No, it's not ruthless, it's toothless.
it's
Mm-hmm.
toothless. All right. Well, back to
How does Toothless eat? Or oh, I guess like a bird who
Fish.
swallows. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of fish.
Okay. Yeah, because he is like they are out over the ocean right there. Okay.
that's a whole
Hmm.
I
other
have actually seen the movie.
really
Yeah,
behind my back, I guess.
that's right. I saw a cartoon behind your back.
Yeah.
Wahahaha.
Uh,
Wow.
um.
He
So,
hates cartoons.
well, I liked heavy
Mhm.
metal. I do like some
Okay,
cart.
I like
I
to
like Hank
refer
Hill.
to it as an animated
that's
movie.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um.
Mm,
Oh, back to Billy here. All right.
Yes, back to Billy.
yes.
So we were watching and researching this. We saw a good interview with him on the
Hmm.
Stephen Colbert show. It was entertaining. They went over some false uh, facts about some of the songs that were really funny, and he told some stories about being on tour. But then he went over the list of his favorite songs, not necessarily songs off this album,
Just
but
his favorite songs.
his favorites of his own songs. And so I
Favorite of
thought
his
I'd
own
go down this
songs. Yeah.
list.
Top five.
Yeah, top five. And see if you guys have any thoughts, or if he agrees with you on some of these. He went in order, and he started with a song called Vienna, which I didn't know.
I love that song. It was on my last to mention.
Was it?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Aaron, were you aware of it?
No. Is it on one of the later albums?
Yeah, I'm not sure what album it was on, um,
Hmm.
that was his fifth favorite, and then his fourth favorite. Let Tango come back here.
Oh, I got you. Fourth favorite.
And so it
And
goes.
so it goes.
She was probably getting the album that
It's
shows where Vienna came out.
Okay.
Nope, I don't have that on.
it's
Nope, this is a different one.
it's a
Okay.
famous Kurt
All right.
Vonnegut quote. And I
Hmm.
wonder if it's a Vonnegut inspired song.
Do you know if he's a Vonnegut fan?
I have no idea. I don't know the song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so it goes. Do you know that
Hmm.
one? And not.
That's what I was asking about. Yeah, that's the Vonnegut quote, and so it goes. I forget which book he
Oh,
keeps repeating that.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
it's hard to
Might be
say.
might be Slaughterhouse Five.
Mm. And
You can
that
obviously
could
Google that in an instant.
obviously
Yeah.
Right.
Slaughterhouse Five crosses genre from
Also, I
just
think
pure Vonnegut fans into
Linda Ellerby on the old NBC News overnight used to end each show with "And so it goes."
oh, maybe he had a crush on her. She was pretty.
Could have been inspired by that. Yeah.
Who knows? Hmm.
Well, while you're
Well,
looking up that, I know you probably heard his third favorite.
it was actually partly on this, and it was the new one of the new. No, okay, never mind. It was not. You may be right.
Right.
I
Mhm.
may be crazy.
I may be crazy.
We're all familiar with that one, I think.
Mhm.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah.
his second to most favorite.
It's on my list.
Hmm. Mine too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, s-
Oh,
uh,
I'm
Because I
back.
may be crazy.
spoiler alert.
Hmm.
She's right on time. Never heard of that one either.
Mm-mm.
I feel like I've heard it and I just can't do the
Right,
music.
right.
Yeah.
Well, you'll just have to listen to the podcast when Philip plays snippets of these songs.
And
Because
then,
once you hear once you hear it, you remember it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
All of his songs kind of stay with you somehow. Even if
Mm-hmm.
it's not like you may be right, I may be crazy. But, a crazy man may just be what you're looking for, which is one of the very, very few songs I can actually quote the words. Okay. So,
oh,
she's right on time. None of us are really, unless you are, Aaron, familiar with that one.
I think I have heard that one.
Huh? You
I
are?
think I have heard that one before.
Yeah, I know I've heard it because we listened to it last night, but I couldn't identify it in
Oh,
a crowd.
I
it was
apologize.
it
That's
was
okay.
not in the original track list.
Mhm. Right, right. No, it's not on the greatest hits. Not
But
and the next the
Well,
favorite
hold
song
on. Let's wait for
is
Tango.
we're gonna
yeah,
wait for
I'll give you
Tango.
an "So It Goes" update. It is from Slaughterhouse Five. It's what he would say whenever somebody was
Right,
about to die or died.
right. Oh, okay.
And these songs, it makes you wonder.
Hmm.
He might have fatigue about some of his most famous songs. It's like I don't want to
Oh yeah,
tire
doesn't
playing
he?
them
Right,
again.
Doesn't he
right.
end every show with Piano Man?
Probably.
Probably.
I would think
He
he'd have
probably
to
hates
play
that
the
song.
piano. Yeah. So some of these deeper cuts are ones it's not
Hmm.
really surprising, I guess. And
Yeah.
then he knows they have special meaning to him, maybe that nobody else
Hmm.
even knows about. So, um, but Lisa, what was his favorite? His declared favorite song of his own.
I'll do that.
Okay. Scenes at an Italian restaurant, which is on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which,
That's his favorite, right?
yeah.
That's what he says.
And
And
I
I
think that
feel like that's almost a biography, maybe,
yeah. Is he Eddie?
you know?
What were we
Do
saying?
what?
What were we saying, Tango?
I said, is he Eddie? Brenda and Eddie?
Could be.
could you hum me a few notes?
Brenda and Eddie were still going steady in the summer of '75 or whatever year it was, '65.
Right.
Yeah. Even
Bottle,
though none of their friends thought they belonged together. And then it says a bottle of white, bottle of red, you know.
yeah. Bottle red, bottle white, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I wasn't all that familiar with this song, even though
Hmm.
I did have I guess there were tracks maybe I didn't wear out as much as others when I had this back in the day. When when I had this, it was when Ken and I first got our license because we're same age, we're classmates. And Cheryl, he started going out with Cheryl, who would then become his wife, and we'd cruise around because when you first get a car, right? You're driving, you're making excuses to drive places, or you're just cruising just to kill time.
Yeah, and Philip actually had a car from one of his dad's old cars because his dad fixed cars.
So we'd play this, and the other one that we played was Paisley Park all the time.
Oh, I loved
It-
that. We played
yeah,
that. We
Prince,
ruined that cassette. We literally wore it out, my friends and
right?
I.
But for whatever reason,
Mhm.
this one, I guess maybe we'd skip this. But so when I became reacquainted with this song, it wasn't like at the top of my mind, but eventually, I can see why that's his favorite song. I mean, that's a real, I mean, it's got a beginning and an end that are similar, but then it's got a very beautiful middle section of it where he talks about their relationship, and then eventually it results in a divorce, but that it's
It ends up being an amicable
an
divorce.
amicable divorce, and they still had this restaurant, they
Yeah.
still had this restaurant that
That
they would,
they'd go to called Cacciatore's.
yeah.
And I don't know if that was the real name of the restaurant or just kind of a generic Italian restaurant. I kind of have to imagine maybe they actually went to this little Brooklyn location, this little Italian Brooklyn restaurant or whatever that he was familiar with called Cacciatore's. So he just made it famous in a song. But we'd have to look that up.
Well, we're attaching a lot of meaning to
Mhm.
what was in
I'm going to
that
Yes,
little
assume it's
true.
animation
fictional.
that we
Hey,
saw.
and I really enjoy the storytelling myself.
Yeah,
So,
but maybe,
mhm,
maybe he has a relationship that he had like
mhm,
that or something. I don't know.
yeah, maybe.
Um,
Mhm.
but so Billy came up with his favorite songs. Our assignment's a little different because all of our songs have to be off of this album. But um, Tango is our guest. Do you want to go over your list of favorite songs from this album?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, a lot of them are great. And I had to narrow it down. Did you guys say top six or five?
Six, but
Whatever.
Okay.
I can do five because
It
one
was just
of
hard
them,
to even do that. So
right,
I'm
exactly.
just
Mhm.
we'll go, I guess we'll do top five and
Top
then I'll talk.
15.
Oh, sorry.
Top 15.
She said top 15. She's
No,
joking.
It's a
no,
little
just
joke.
Oh,
top five. That's good.
Joke.
I already got the time wrong. Did I get that wrong too?
No.
Um, okay. So I'll just start from so five, I went with, and no judgment because I didn't know how to even number these, but I'm going
Right.
with My Life.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bosom Buddies,
It's
Yeah.
on
right?
it's on my list. It's that
Now,
one
was that on when you were old? Were you old enough to watch that?
I was watching Bosom Buddies. Yeah,
Mhm.
barely.
Okay.
But yeah, can't believe it.
Yeah.
Tom
Well,
I
we
did
saw,
Hanks.
not watch Bosom Buddies and didn't know this was just its theme song.
well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
After
first
season one.
after season one, the first year they didn't. They used a different theme song, and then the little video that we saw suggested that maybe they became more popular, they got more income, and that then they went with the copyrighted
And
song.
they went
And
and
for those of
paid
you
Billy
who
Joel.
haven't watched,
Right.
oh, sorry, Aaron. For those of you who haven't watched Bosom Buddies, it is actually a pretty good show. It does feature some cross-dressing,
Mhm.
and it is the birth of the career of Thomas Hanks.
And Peter Scolari.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Peter Scolari, but
And
Thomas.
Donna Dix. I don't know if that was her
Oh,
first, but
well,
Donna
yeah,
Dixon was
Donna Dixon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dan Aykroyd's wife, or was.
right, right.
All right. Well,
Mm.
we sidetracked her list already, so go
Boy
ahead.
did,
Sorry.
boy did he, boy did he, what is it, marry up?
Yeah, right, right.
Yeah, cross-dressing. It was definitely a fun show. My
Yeah,
life, and that's probably where the song for me at the time was more prominent, like in my head, maybe
right,
because of the
right.
show. So it stuck with me. But yeah, so then, and if you guys want to say anything else, please stop me. Otherwise, I'll just keep going down.
No, go.
Yeah,
Uh,
go ahead.
so then I picked Moving Out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know, um, you guys know
Anthony's
that
song.
song, right?
The
Yeah.
heart attack, 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 attack. Yeah,
Hmm.
that's a good
Yeah.
song. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it's fun.
Hmm.
Traded
Um,
in his Chevy for a Cadillac.
Yeah.
yeah. On your list, Aaron? Is
Um,
did you say it's on your list?
that would be I think I meant to put it on. It would be number 7.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. So then
Actually,
from
I think I might put it on and bump what I had at number 7. It's a toss up.
okay. So then after that, I've got It's Still Rock and Roll to Me.
Hmm.
That's
Always.
on my list.
That's the one that would get bumped.
Okay, okay.
We can't account
Uh,
for him. He likes fish. No, I'm just kidding.
he likes fish. Fish gets a lot of plugs on this show.
It
Yes, it
Yeah,
does.
is.
That seems fishy to me.
that one came out of nowhere.
Okay. So moving on then,
Oh,
we'll
fun.
go to You May Be Right.
Mhm.
You May
Okay.
Be Right's a good one. We talked about that a lot just, now,
Yeah.
but
I
also
mean, when somebody
catchy.
says you may be right, you're almost obligated to say, but I may be crazy. It's like it's
Right.
just, somebody says
I
that.
just like the way he
Yeah,
says
yeah.
lunatic.
Loon. Yeah, right.
He stretches out the loon.
Yeah,
Lunatic.
right.
Ow!
Oh, speaking of which, sidetrack, side note,
Mhm.
my wolf mug.
Oh, neat.
Nice.
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 It's the bow to
Wolfpack.
the wow.
We
Yeah.
should get Aaron one of those with bears.
Yeah.
Huh?
Mhm.
Mm. Okay, that's my tea. All
But a
right.
really big one.
That's good
You know, one
bass.
of those like quart-sized bear mugs
How about like in
with
the shape of
bears
a
on
bear?
it.
Yeah.
And the arms are like this, and
Right.
Oh, that's cool. I'll
Yeah.
have to now.
Somewhere around here, I have a little bear that hangs on the end of a cup.
Aaron, you did not hear
Oh,
that. You were not at this podcast for the last minute.
he was not with us.
Nope.
Oh, this isn't a bear. This is my Chewy.
Mm.
I love my Wookie.
Mhm.
Oh, cool. What is it?
Neat. It's a candy thing.
Yeah.
It's a candy
Is that
thing,
a
right?
Pez dispenser?
Or a shampoo thing.
That's adorable.
Is it for candy or shampoo?
Is what
Shampoo.
for candy or shampoo?
And or
I've,
Aaron's is
I've
talking.
they used to back in, when I was a teenager, they used to have, oh, neat, cute.
Yeah.
They used to have novelty like shaped things like Wookiee shampoo and
Oh yeah,
Star Wars robots, and there would be shampoo in it. Your kids would beg you to buy it.
sure.
So
Back in the
Lisa was Tango.
50s
Lisa was
and
on
70s.
whatever was you were holding up while
Mhm.
Aaron was holding up his coffee mug.
My
Right.
Wookie.
Yeah. So that's a whoop.
So what
That's
is it? It's a
Finger
container.
puppet.
Oh, it's a pen.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
okay.
there
And
you
then
go.
Ah,
it's like pieces come off and you can put other pieces or I don't know, but there it
it's got
is.
things.
Trippy.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's Lego.
Okay.
You got Lego hands.
All right,
Cool.
where are we at, Tango? We're
I don't
on.
know. So
When-
we were
oh,
at You May Be Right, and
mhm,
then Pressure, I guess, would be the
mhm.
number one.
Okay.
Solid. It's a
I think
solid.
I just like the power of the song, the strings, the orchestral,
Yeah.
it just built the build up excites me.
He really hammers that piano on pressure.
Yeah, and also to also say back to Vienna, I love that song.
Hmm.
It's a nice little,
Yeah,
melody.
it's sweet.
Yeah, maybe it'd become an earworm if I listened to it
Nostalgic.
more, and I just was
Hmm.
not familiar with it.
Right, right.
But
I knew I had
It's
heard it
pretty.
before when we listened to it. I just, it didn't register at the top of my list.
yeah,
And it wasn't on the album, so,
Right, right.
but that was a very solid list. A lot of good
Mhm.
songs on that list for sure, Tango. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
I'm excited to hear what you guys have.
Hmm.
Yeah, well,
You want to go next or you want to do girls and then boys?
um, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. I really don't have mine in the specific order.
Oh,
I
oh,
have the
fair.
reasons why I picked them. And we can kind of, let me see.
I take all my numbers back.
There
Okay,
you go.
I'm gonna go with My Life being number 6. And I like that because the bosom buddies reference. And also because it could be very, very lightly altered to fit the politics of today. Because basically, in My Life, he's like, you know what? I'm done. I'm moving to LA. I'm done with you people. Goodbye. Well, a lot of people in America are moving to Europe.
Gonna do stand up.
I'm done with you people. Goodbye. So it wouldn't be that hard to alter that song, in my opinion. Now, the next song is You're Only Human. I really like that. It feels like a healing song to me. And whenever Philip gets upset because he's made a mistake, like with onboarding, I'm just going to yell, Alexa, play You're Only Human from now on. Or maybe I'll just cue it up on my phone in the treatment room and just play it every
Yeah.
time he makes a mistake.
Well,
And
you
see
know,
if that helps.
mistakes
You
can
can
be
make it his
very.
ringtone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Although I don't want that to be like I don't know. I feel like it would be almost playing it as you're only human is like, yeah, you make mistakes all the time. So I don't know why if I want it to be his constant ringtone, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, then he would be kind of a schmendrick.
I
I wouldn't want to make him a schmendrick.
don't think
Um,
I'd want to be, no.
no. Okay, so that's number 5. Number 4,
So
I'm
you are
gonna
numbering
go
them.
with Only
That's
the
just
Good Die
me.
Young. Huh? Hmm.
You're numbering them after all.
Well, I'm numbering them on the fly. Okay. So number 4, I'm gonna make it Only the Good Die Young. I like this song. I enjoyed dancing to this song. It is peppy. The main reason, though, it made my list is because of the joke. And I believe this is supposed to be a true story. I don't know. But it was this lady's 100th birthday, and somebody said, turn on the music, turn on the radio for some music. And the song that was playing was Only the Good Die Young. So I
Irony.
just think that's funny.
It's a good song. I like that song. It's on my list
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
songs I like.
Okay. So I'm kind of tied. I'm just going to make it 2 number ones for various reasons. Piano Man is one of my karaoke songs. I love singing it. I can sing the whole thing all the way through. I knew that song by the time I was 9. I could sing the whole thing all the way through. Um, and then um, and then it's still rock and roll to me. And the reason why was because whenever we were anywhere with my parents or they turned on the radio and that song played, they would, even after their divorce, they would dance together. Or my dad would, when I was younger, they would, my dad and my mom would dance with me. So that's, like nostalgia for me. That's, real nostalgia.
All right. Personal
So
touch.
I have a story
my
about that song.
mm-hmm.
This man at this pub I used to go to like 20 years ago or whatever, he
Mm-hmm.
loved that song and he would like wanted to play it, or if I was playing music, he'd ask me to play it. And he
Yeah.
said, if I ever died, this is the song I want you to play at my funeral. He played that song so much and I played it so much for him that it became one of those regular tunes in my head.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my
Yeah.
story of Piano Man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, their personal experience with these songs often.
Right, nostalgia.
Yeah. Where you at, sweetie?
Mm-hmm. I'm done.
You're done?
Yeah, that's 1 through 6.
I thought it was A
Piano
through
Man.
D or something.
Uh, we're done. I
She
did it.
numbered them on the
I
fly.
said number 6, number 5, number 4. Then Aaron said, "Well, you're numbering them now," and I said, "I'm numbering them on the fly."
Okay.
Okay.
By the way, I just wanted to share my shirt for today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Music is my love language.
How
Nice.
Nice.
neat.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Pixies.
Mm.
Oh,
What do you got? Gucci?
Who? This?
Or whatever. Yeah.
No, it's the latest in Amish.
Latest in
in Amish?
It's one of these, it zips, it snaps all the way down, although technically not Amish, but it
Oh,
literally, it's floor length,
it's like
long.
stripper clothes. You can just like
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. It takes nothing to get that thing
snap it off.
on.
that's
Be
nice.
careful now. Come on. We're a family show.
Hmm.
Now, so Aaron's got like a Swedish
Just because
ski
your
club thing going.
sister watches all the videos doesn't mean we're family.
Yeah, I was thinking it is.
Speaking of
I love the
which,
blue, and but I
viewer.
at first glance I thought of Pink Floyd for some reason.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's that? The shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Disney swag.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Mhm. Oh,
This
cool.
sweet.
was
Hmm.
the DMAT, I forget what it even stood for now.
Maybe Dog Man.
Digital
Maybe.
Media
Oh.
Entertainment Distribution.
Oh, okay.
When Bob Iger came back, they dissolved it and it became D. But this was DMED's colors and logo, and
Hmm.
says says
Comfortable.
something about Disney on the back up by my neck.
Nice.
Hmm.
Well, it's cute. I like it.
Yeah.
Representing, keeping it
So
real.
almost immediately started to come apart, the little print part.
Hmm.
I hate that.
Don't notice it. Who's next?
Either me
Aaron,
or Phil.
why don't I
Me?
go next and then because Aaron
Okay.
always has a really good list, so I'll go ahead and go have him be the
He's
headliner.
smiling
Okay.
because he knows. He's like, I'm proud.
Yeah.
Oh, the headliner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So okay, so I've got six, but that's if you include Captain Jack, which Aaron pointed out earlier is on
You
a
can
later
include it.
release of
Yeah.
the. Yeah, we're playing fast and loose with this one, so I'll go ahead and leave it in. But number six is just
It's not Aaron's audio audibles, so all those we're breaking so many rules of that one. No greatest hits, no double albums.
good point. Good point. Yeah, we're
Hmm.
keeping it casual. So
Yeah.
just the way you are.
This is a forensics album forensics.
Yeah. And we don't have any surgical gloves on or anything. So um,
Did you say
but
your sixth is just the way you are?
my number
Hmm.
six is just the way you are. I loved like when I was a kid, I got a little hamburger transistor radio at Christmas, and I tuned into Q102 because it was one of the only stations I could get on the damn thing. And it was like just the way you are, the Eagles, all that yacht rock stuff. Kind of. So I got imprinted, and so I just love the way that sounds. I guess it's a sax at the beginning of that. So that's six.
Well, keyboards first, but yeah, there's sax at the end.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Well, it's definitely on my list of likes.
yeah.
Hmm.
Um, number
I like you
number
just the
five
way
is
you
Goodnight Saigon, which it's a little deep, a little heavy for Billy Joel typically, but I think it's just a really poignant song about Vietnam. I don't know. I don't think he served in Vietnam,
are.
uh, maybe he
I don't
had
think
some
is he the
friends or
right age
something.
to?
I don't know. Probably.
Hmm.
I
I
would
don't
think so.
know.
Seems like he
Early.
would have been.
Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
Then I had at four Captain Jack, another one that I had kind of forgotten about that was told a good story about apparently some drug dealer he knew when he was a kid growing up in the Bronx. Number
That was
three,
actually number three.
don't confuse me because I've
Sorry.
not got the numbers right on.
Oh,
It's
okay.
not your
Oops.
list.
So don't confuse me because I'm trying to keep this in my head because I screwed up with numbering it. So
Ah,
so number three is She's Always a Woman. I really like that. I think it's really a beautiful song.
On my list.
Reminds me of you.
aw, thank you.
Aw.
Um, Scenes from an Italian Restaurant, which Billy kind of sold that to me himself in the last couple of days. That's really a remarkable song. That's really a great song, and I can see why he wants that to be his part of his legacy. So, and finally, the number one is Only the Good Die Young. So, there
Probably
you go.
not because of the joke.
Not because of the joke. No,
It's also
no.
on my list.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I just think it's
Yeah.
like a rock and it's a good rock and roll song. Yeah.
Only the good
So,
die.
Aaron, then we'll
Yes.
do everybody's honorable mentions, and then we'll go over some fun facts.
All right.
Hmm.
Um, so I think my favorite song not on the album is Zanzibar.
Hmm.
Zanzibar,
Yeah.
the
So,
land of Freddie Mercury.
I don't know.
He's from Zanzibar.
Oh, okay. I didn't know he's from Zanzibar. It's
Well,
not
the
about
reason,
Zanzibar. It's about a made-up sports bar that he calls Zanzibar. He's got a tab at Zanzibar.
Okay.
Did you say that's your favorite, but it's not on the album?
It's my favorite that's not on the album.
honorable
It's one
mention.
of my favorites. It goes through my head a lot for some reason. Um,
Check it out.
I'm gonna say
Hmm.
I'll mention Still Rock and Roll to Me. I think it got booted off by Moving Out, which I had meant to put on here and hadn't. So Moving Out, Anthony's song number 6. Um, You May Be Right. I already mentioned Lunatic
Hmm.
is number 5. Number 4, Only the Good Die Young. All the Catholic lyrics crack me up, actually.
Hmm.
Um, Number 3, Big Shot. I think that's on 52nd Street. That was probably my favorite of the Billy Joel albums growing up. And My Life, I think, is also on that one.
Hmm.
Is number 2. And Just the Way You Are is the number 1. That's feels like a Steely Dan song, kind of.
Yeah, I get it.
I love you just the way you
That sounds like horn to me. Is that cute?
No,
are.
it's
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Well, I think we
I got music right. Hmm.
can
Well,
you
that
think
was fun.
can you think of any good ones that we missed
That you mean like
I
we didn't
mean,
put on the
Billy
list?
Joel, of
that
course.
weren't in our list
Okay, well,
from the album?
why don't you
Oh,
do
from the
your
album, there's a
honorable
bunch.
mentions, hon? Mhm.
Well, I like old. Typically, almost invariably, I like the older songs more than the newer ones. But I do like Allentown
Mhm.
and Uptown Girl.
Mhm.
Those are
Mhm.
good pop songs.
Tell her about it.
Um, yeah, I think
Tell her about it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Motown thing.
What is the a cappella song that he does?
For the longest
Longest Time.
time.
Love that.
Oh.
It's such a huge uh, discography of great songs. He's just a great songwriter. So
I mean, she's got a way about. Yeah,
yeah,
so many good ones.
right.
Really.
Mhm.
Don't ask me why.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah.
it's like
It's hard not to, you know, I don't think you could smack anybody with a stick and not have them come.
Come up with a good Joel song.
right.
Right,
New
exactly.
York State of Mind. Hello.
Don't you feel like
That's right up there with swinging a cat in my family's hometown and not hitting a cousin of mine. It's not possible.
um
Mm.
don't you feel like he's kind of his celebrity is understated, kind of. I mean, it's like he's humongously successful, and it's like, but he still kind of carries
But
himself with a humble, like a humble profile, kind of,
Yeah, he's just kind of a
despite
dude.
being married to
He's
Christy
just kind of a
Brinkley for a
regular
while.
guy.
Yeah,
yeah, and I think
Didn't they
he's
divorce like years and years and years ago?
oh
Yeah,
yeah, for
yeah.
sure.
I don't know. He never struck me as humble.
they had children. No, not humble, just kind of,
Just
but
kind of like a regular guy. He doesn't have to
right.
be out in the limelight, and he's not that way.
Right.
No, no.
He probably hangs out at his local bar and plays the piano there, seriously, and just drinks.
Maybe. Well, that's why I kind of when I heard that they were coming through, I imagined the dueling piano bar having a secret session, if you know what I mean. Because there's a dueling piano bar in Newport, Kentucky, and I just imagine them sneaking in over there as a surprise, you know?
Talking about Billy Joel and Elton John
Yes.
in Newport, Kentucky.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they're there for a stadium tour. Remember when there was one year Prince did a stadium tour? And
Hmm.
Bogarts, that's a local
Okay.
club that everybody
Prince playing at Bogarts is one
right,
thing.
right.
Um, Elton John and Billy Joel playing in Newport is another
You
thing
mean
entirely.
where President Kennedy used to hang out with the Rat Pack?
Exactly.
That's where Kennedy and the Rat Pack hung out when they came to this area.
No, it's
Yeah.
a. I mean,
hmm
like
If
it would
if you're
be.
into
It'd be
hookers and
awesome.
mafia, sure.
Yeah, it'd be
It
awesome.
I mean, who
also has
isn't?
it Newport was also the first city in America to have a sissy boy club. So
What? What's
a
that?
sissy boy club,
Sissy Boy Club.
drag queens,
Oh,
I was
okay.
like
drag queen
alfalfa?
prostitutes. Huh? They had a drag show, and then the boys would, be available for
I
dates.
knew about the Brass Ass, but not the Sissy Boy Club.
Yeah, there was a sissy boy club.
Is the
Okay.
brass ass still there?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
last I
I
checked.
mean it's there. I don't know if it's still what it was.
It's like an ancient strip club.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Oh,
I know somebody said they went to somebody I know their husband went to a bachelor party at a strip club over in Newport, and
Hmm.
one of the strippers took her leg off,
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
and the other one was his mom's age.
Well, it got a little. For people who don't
It got a
know,
little sad.
Newport at one before Vegas. Newport was like the sin capital of the world.
Yeah, it was gambling.
Gambling, prostitution. You know,
It's
Sinatra.
where Hustler's Larry Flint is from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Uh-huh.
sorry, Newport in which state?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Newport, Kentucky.
Oh,
Across the
But
I
river
was
from
like,
literally,
really?
Cincinnati.
you
Yeah.
Sorry.
you cross a bridge and you're in Newport, Kentucky.
Might as well be Cincinnati. It's
Right.
really.
It's
Yeah.
called, they call it Greater Cincinnati, and the Cincinnati airport is actually in Kentucky. So everything between the airport and Cincinnati is considered Greater Cincinnati,
Well,
including
Greater Cincinnati's
like
much bigger than
Covington
that.
and
Yeah.
Newport. But yeah, I mean, it goes all the
It's
way
about a
through.
100-mile radius from
Right,
downtown.
right. It's almost even to Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, but we touch the river and Newport touches the other side,
Yeah.
the Ohio River, which by the way is
Um,
owned
Or
by
Covington.
Kentucky.
just wanted
Yeah.
to also mention another song that I happened to notice on this other CD. Honesty, another good song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That
Okay.
one, I
Okay.
guess it was on the foreign pressings
Yeah.
of the first release of the album, but
But
not the
not
domestic. Yeah.
domestic. Okay. Mhm.
Interesting. That's another one.
That's a deep
I'm
cut.
not familiar with a lot of the deep cuts.
Yeah.
You don't know Honesty? That was
No, we know honesty.
I
oh,
don't.
Oh,
I'd have
really?
to hear it to know.
such a
Okay.
lonely word.
Okay.
Like honesty
It's
is
hardly ever
such
heard.
a lonely word. Anyway.
Mostly what I need from
Huh.
you.
From you
Okay.
today.
Well, I got some listening to do then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what my dad would sing all the time.
I want to hear the Zanzibar, so it's on the CD also. I'll have to check it
Oh, is
out.
it?
Yeah.
Done.
Billy Joel's 52nd Street Collector's Edition.
Yeah, it's on 52nd Street.
Mhm.
Well, So
Uh, do you have any other honorable mentions that you noted,
I mean,
Tango?
I think I mentioned Vienna,
Yeah.
so yeah.
get
That's what's
yourself
so
that
great
album.
about this volume one and two double CD that I have is most of his great songs are on here. It's a great
Yeah.
buy.
Right, right.
Yeah, that would be a great one to put in if you got to do a road trip.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
I might get you to Louisville. You know, but
And the way I
all
see
right.
Billy
So
From
Joel,
here.
yeah,
I
Right.
feel
Okay.
like
from
his
here, not from Thousand Oaks or whatever.
Mhm.
I feel like Uptown Girl was his jump the shark moment,
Mm.
and We Didn't Start the Fire was his rock bottom from which he has never quite recovered.
I liked We Didn't Start the
Good
Fire.
call. Good
I'm
call.
gonna,
We didn't start the. That's right.
yeah,
What was the
Another
joke we
one.
saw when we? There was a joke that we saw
He
about.
hates that song too, I think.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
like he's trying to cover all of world history in one, 2 minutes or whatever
It
hell it
was
was.
good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the musicianship's there and everything, but it seems a little bit of a little gimmicky, I guess.
Yeah.
Just throwing in the
Yeah.
references to JFK and blown
Mhm.
away. What else do I have
Mhm.
to say?
Yeah, but the flow of his words were like, I can't take it
Yeah.
anymore. Like his whole build up
It's kind of
again.
his foray into rap.
Yeah,
A little, but I enjoyed it.
yeah, I'm not hating on it, but yeah, I do think if you're like a Billy Joel hardcore person, and maybe that's something, maybe that's not on your list, but I don't know.
Okay.
Who knows?
It's in my
So,
catalog.
mm, here are some fun facts that you may or may not know. We already mentioned this, but My Life was the theme to Bosom Buddies starting in season two. The budget was not there for the royalties in season one. Okay. Because they didn't know how well it would do. I mean, it was about guys who cross dress to get cheaper rent. Okay.
Right.
He played piano under the name Bill Martin at the Executive Room in Los Angeles. Piano Man was based on his experience there. Okay. He has performed more times at Madison Square Garden than any other artist. Blah.
Because he had the
Okay.
residency, right?
I have a tendency to read visually faster than I speak, so sorry, folks. Okay. He's won 5 Grammys. He struggles with depression.
Hmm.
Okay. His father, Howard, was a classical pianist and businessman from Nuremberg, Germany. He escaped Nazi Germany. His mother was named Rosalind. I
Oh,
think
there's
we
a
could
song,
get a
Rosalind,
little
also.
more. I think we could get just a little more, maybe, on a single mother who raised a child for 20 years by herself. But hey, what do I know? Um, he was a boxer as a young man, winning 22. He won his first 22 fights. He quit boxing after getting his nose broken in his last fight. Okay. Inspired by the Beatles, up to the moment, I'd never considered playing rock as a career. I was 15 when I saw them, and I remember thinking they looked like me and my friends. They looked like working class stiffs. They didn't look like they were manufactured in Hollywood. Well, they didn't, so. He did not graduate from high school until 1992 with an honorary degree. He did attend Woodstock, but left because of the toilets. That would be me. I'd be like, nope, we're leaving.
Those weren't
Can't go
uptown
to the
toilets for sure.
bathroom. Played in a metal band called Attila. Okay. He doesn't sell front row tickets. He sends his people out to the cheap seats and has them the worst of the cheap seats and has them move the cheap seat fans down to the front because he wants real fans, not rich people who can buy a ticket, to be right
Love
in
that.
front of him, which is really cool. He snuck in to see Jimi Hendrix at the Singer Bowl in New York City. He and a friend grabbed some cables, put on English accents, and made their way back, managed to get backstage. when the tour manager saw them, he said, "Well, you know what? You're obviously good at this, so grab one of those amps and come on, buddy."
Became part of the crew.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming he was free labor, because he got to see the concert. Okay. He builds motorcycles for fun, including one for Bruce Springsteen. There is famously a story where Bruce Springsteen, the motorcycle that he built for Springsteen, broke down on the road, and he actually he has the part that broke.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
What was it? Did motorcycles have catalytic converters or something?
I'm not sure.
Was, but
It honestly it looked like a little. It just looked like a little
Carburetor?
It looked like a little metal block with a thing off of it that you would plug in somewhere. So I don't know. I'm a girl. It was parts. Yeah. So let's see.
I feel like some of the
We did his top
saxophone.
5.
yeah, that's the end. That's the end of
Yep.
the notes.
Can I
here.
also mention when you said the mom's name? Yeah, there's another song on this album that's Rosalinda's Eyes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the mom.
That
Probably.
very well could be, yeah.
Could be.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like some of the saxophone, especially like it's still rock and roll to me, sounds like he's trying to be the Clarence Clemens, Bruce Springsteen saxophone sound. You know what I mean?
Could be.
Yeah.
Does Billy play sax?
No.
Or because I know I've seen images of him playing what appears to be playing sax. So I'm
Oh,
guessing
maybe.
it's
I
like
mean,
a video thing. No, it might just be a video thing, I mean, I know that
David Bowie played
Ray
sax, but not
Charles is
very often.
famous for playing many of the parts on his albums. He
Mhm.
learned instruments just so he could play the part the exact way he wanted it.
Didn't Prince do that too?
As it should be.
Yeah,
Yes,
Prince,
he did.
Paul McCartney did it once or twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Nelson. I'm throwing in one of my favorite bands, Nelson.
All right.
We'll
I was
do
like,
one
did
of
she
those.
just say Nelson?
She did.
Yes,
Sheesh.
Rick Nelson's twins.
Yeah.
We know.
They actually produced and did most of the music for their first album.
No judgment.
Hey, I was just the right age and they were hot.
I saw. I almost picked it up. I saw an LP
Yeah.
Nelson at
Yeah.
a thrift store the other day.
I have a cassette somewhere.
Do you?
Yeah, I still have the cassette.
I should have got it. I regret not
But
picking
I
that up.
mean, they were really good looking blonde twins.
Might still be there.
And they had
And
good.
one of them
There's
had
a lot of
Rick
demand for
Nelson's
that Nelson
smile.
LP.
Yeah.
They
I don't think so.
That's
had
why I
good-
said it's still
That'll,
there.
that'll just be
It's
me.
probably still there.
Yeah,
It's
right.
over on Coleraine Avenue. I can probably run over and get that anytime.
Let's
But
go.
I
Are you
wanted-
sure it's at the Coleraine location or was it at the other
Yeah,
one?
because a lot of them don't even have LPs anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, but they did have them at the they have a bigger section at the one over there in Cheviot.
Well, actually, fewer have CDs than LPs.
Isn't Coleraine in Cheviot?
Because LPs are coming back, whereas CDs are kind of like, eh.
Well, they'll get
Doesn't Coleraine Avenue
Well-
go through Cheviot, or does it? I don't know.
Do what?
Does Coleraine Avenue go through Cheviot? It's the
No,
Californians
you
now,
gotta
except
go up-
Cincinnati edition.
You gotta go up like Harrison to North
We're
Bend.
gonna take the 405 to the 118 to the 5.
like the Californians.
We're gonna take Coleraine Avenue. We're gonna go up into Cheviot.
Yeah, our longest official street is Reading Road, but actually our longest uninterrupted street, it has 3 names. So
So
it's
it's 3 streets.
it's Madison, then it's Martin Luther King, and then it's Westward Northern Boulevard. So it's longer than Reading, but it's 3 names. But you literally don't have to turn. There are curves, but no turns.
Yeah, right.
That
Well,
So
we're a strange city.
before it dead ends, we have some interesting quirks. I'm sure many cities have that.
Yeah.
I know, like where we used to live, Norwood. We now live in Cincinnati proper. But when we lived in Norwood, we were like, I don't know, 4 blocks away from where one of the street names changed. And what it was Norwood had these street names, and then Cincinnati had these street names. And when they connected those streets to create like better circulation. They, so you're driving along, Tennessee, or what did it become after Tennessee?
Section.
I
Uh,
thought Tennessee dead end into Reading.
Yeah. Talking
no,
about Section Road. Section in Rhode Island or something
right.
like that.
Section becomes Rhode Island, but Tennessee becomes something else. It's something else up at Montgomery.
Okay.
Ross.
Ross, yes, Ross becomes Tennessee. So
Domino's Pizza,
there's
motherfuckers.
four street names. I'm sure that was fun for somebody either new to Cincinnati or new to the Norwood area.
Aaron's familiar because he had to walk
Right.
that path like one of the
Mhm.
times he visited
Yeah.
at
That
3 in
too.
the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And-
We're not. That
and-
was when his wallet.
But
That was when his wallet. He lost his wallet and keys, and
and-
some little bitch. I'd
it was
have.
the phone,
I should have. Oh, it was her phone.
phone and
I should
glasses.
have. I would have gone with you and yanked that little bitch's hair out. But that's me.
Tango, he,
They
I'd
were
pay to
nice. He gave
I'd
her
pay to see
50
that.
bucks to get his stuff back. I'd have been like, you. I ended up talking to her and I said, well, either you can give him his stuff or I can call your mommy.
she did get hold of you, didn't she? Because I
Hmm.
remember you saying
Yeah.
Uh,
I
Aaron,
will call your mother and tell her exactly what's going on here. Because she was with her little friend and her friend's mom was out of town or something for the weekend. So,
I'm not going to tell. I'm not going to
Mhm.
tell on Aaron.
but but no, I mean it's not his fault.
Well, okay.
We're not.
I don't
Oh,
think
tell
Aaron
the story.
minds. I don't.
Do you mind, Aaron?
He went to he went
Sure, you can cut it out.
friends, high school friends. He went to the sidelines, which is a bar around, and he
Mhm.
he had a good time. And then it was late at night, and he couldn't
No,
remember
it
exactly
was the wood.
the wood.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No,
He went.
actually, it was a day of drinking.
Hmm.
I
Either way, it was a lot of
I
drinking.
I golfed with Ken and drank a bottle of wine on the 18
I'm surprised it was just
in
the.
the rain, and then
Hmm.
we went to the wood,
Hmm.
and then Mike Baylog took me to one or two bars and brought me back to the wood, and I guess I was walking home,
Hmm.
And he
Very
and
responsible,
I
not drunk.
woke up
Hmm.
in a big chair, and I look around, and there's like toddler toys and baby stuff on the floor. I'm like, well, they don't have any kids. What's going on? And this
uh,
lady says, "Oh, you woke up." I like went to the wrong house.
yeah,
Just
he
blitzed
Welcome, welcome to the
like
part of the
like
Midwest
three
where
blocks
people
away.
don't lock their doors still.
so
Now he expected an unlocked door because he was coming to our house and we left the door unlocked for him.
I've done that with a car before. I've sat
Yeah.
down in the car,
The
like
wrong car.
this wheel isn't right, it's like this isn't my
Yeah,
car. It's like,
but
but
that was a long day of too much drinking and not enough eating.
yeah,
Hmm.
but it was
I
fun.
Yeah.
have a car story.
Uh-huh.
My friend we were going into the car. There's three of us. She was sitting in the passenger. That's not the point. We're going to my car. Instead of going to my car, she goes to the car next to. She sits in the car in the passenger seat, and the guy in the
Can I help you?
Yeah,
he
That's
was
funny.
laughing. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm in the wrong car."
he's like, wait, don't go.
Yeah,
It's like-
Oh, I wish I had that on video. Anyway,
that's hilarious.
Okay. Yeah, I have a similar story on myself. So Philip's picking me up from work and we drive at the time we had a like a 15-year-old Plymouth van, 10-year-old, whatever. It was old. It was an old Plymouth van. Okay. And that's how old it is. You don't even know the name Plymouth anymore. Okay. I mean Dodge is still out there, but Plymouth is basically Dodge adjacent.
yeah.
Okay. So I go to get in the car and I get into this dark blue or medium blue, whatever you want to call it, Plymouth van. And I look over and that is not Philip. How are there two over 10-year-old Plymouth vans in the employee pickup area from my offices? It's
Yeah.
like, what the? But yeah, so the guy's just kind of sitting there and he was not laughing. He's like, and I'm like, hold on. And I looked around and I said, you see that man right there? He goes, yeah. And I said, yeah, I'm going to get out of your van and get into mine. And Philip is over there and he's looking and he's just like, and then I get in the car and he just starts laughing. He couldn't drive for like a minute because he was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's been some
But
crazy,
yeah, it was-
crazy
yeah.
stuff. All right. Well, this has been fun.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
gotta hop
Just got a
off.
message that Austin's game's about to start. So
Okay.
Okay.
Well, it's a good
Enjoy
time
the
then.
game. Thank you, Tango, for joining us.
So
We
happy you
hope
came
that we
back.
see you more
Thank you
often.
for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I hope
Okay.
we can do some more here soon.
Absolutely.
All right.
come up
Okay.
here,
Have a
buddy.
great day, you guys.
You
You too.
too.
Here's Otto.
Oh, hey, Otto.
Hi, Otto.
Perfect profile. Look at
Oh,
He's
gorgeous
like a
dog.
boy, huh? He's like a
Aw.
puppy.
the puppy.
Yes, this was his first time in the snow this week.
Oh, well,
Did he go nuts?
He's a fan.
you'd almost get lost in the snow.
That's his first time ever
He's
in the snow?
he's yeah.
Okay.
He's taller than you might think, Phil.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's not a small dog.
He's a long-legged lummox.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just
Yeah.
saying the color.
Oh, the color, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not quite as bright white as the snow.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a dirtier off-white in the middle of the snow.
yeah.
Well, he's a good-looking
But
dog.
Yes, he
Yeah.
he
is.
took right to peeing in it, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Oh well, who
He's
does?
half husky, so he's got whatever instincts, I guess.
What's his other half?
Maltipoo.
Maltipoo. So
The
they're
mother was a
actually,
husky, the father was a Maltipoo.
yeah, a Malti is a like a northern dog too, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Maltipoos just look like labradoodles to me.
What
Yeah.
do you usually call him? Otto the
Otto,
something poo.
Autobot, Otto the husky poo.
Oh, the husky poo. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what he is a husky poo.
Now we
He's a
know.
husky poo. Okay.
We know the rest of the story.
Nice to see you, Otto. Thanks for coming, Tango. Aaron, see you soon.
All
See you
right.
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Have a
Bye.
good afternoon. Bye.
You too.